Randy, how late you staying? You staying for the whole show, or you got to go?
Until you tell me I have to leave, which could be pretty quickly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think you've overstayed your welcome. We're good.
Oh, God. Ray, I didn't know your dick was that small.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 91 of the Rich Dickman Show, the podcast that is slightly better than mediocre. I am your host. I am Ron. That's right. I am not infected with the Wuhan. I've not been impeached yet. Coming soon, though, I think. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the world, man. Oh, my God. But hey, we're here to bring you some laughs and some fun. Got my buddy Ray. Randy's here. Let's say hi to Ray first. Ray, what's going on, pal?
Hey, how's it going? It's it's just hanging out over here, California. You know,
I worry for you, buddy, out there in the good old California, the closer to China
as well.
Yeah, are you okay? Are you all right? Have they suspected any cases?
Do you believe that I would be, because I'm 25% Asian, Chinese even? I'm 25% more susceptible to these.
Oh my God,
these ailments.
Oh my God, I never even thought about that. I was just worried about you in the proximity to China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
and then I'm being selfish here.
Hand,
I'm thinking I'm closer to New York than you are to San Francisco. So I think I'm in more danger. True. I think we should all be more worried for me, actually.
Well, I'm safe as fuck in Ohio.
Yeah. No one wants to go out there.
Hey, Randy.
Not even a virus.
And Randy's joining us tonight. We'll come right back to you, Ray. But Randy is joining us because part of the perks of being one of our top tier patrons is he gets to be a guest on the show. And Randy said, "Hey, do you guys have a guest lined up this week?" And I said, "No, we don't, Randy, because the porn stars are all in Las Vegas at AVN.
They're all fucking people."
That's right. And Randy said, "Okay, cool." And I said, "You want to be on the show?" And Randy was like, "Yeah, man." I'm like, "All right, let's do it. Let's do it to it." Randy,
book it.
How you doing, pal?
Living the dream, sir. Just sitting here, enjoying a little rum, a little Coke,
yes, sir.
Allegedly some marijuana from the Dynavap, TRDS at checkout.
We talked about this. That happens after the show. Randy, we did this once before.
Oh. No, yeah. Well, I did it before the show.
Okay.
Just copious amounts. I should be fine. I feel, it's a good heady high. I vape now. So it's a little different than, combusting and letting it go all the way through and get you couch locked. That's when I don't perform well. I hear
vaping is the way to go. But that's just what I'm told. Hey, you guys, check us out, richdickman.com for all your Rich Dickman needs. Call the Dickman line, 860-316-4776. Leave us a voicemail. That'd be cool. But here we are. We're going to do a show tonight. We have, Randy's our only guest. Nobody famous. Well, Randy's famous in our hearts. And we're going to have some fun. I told Ray earlier tonight that this is going to be a mess of a show because, man, I had my heart broken, Ray. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I'm going to let you guys talk about stuff. But man, it's tough to be Rem. It's tough to be Rem at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Aww. Ray, how do you want to start?
Can I give you a virtual hug? Can I just hug you, buddy?
Please. Aww. I could use all the hugs that I could possibly, because I just need hugs. I need love. I need support. But most of all, gentlemen, I need attention. I'm not too much of a man to admit, or too big of I don't know how that goes, but I just need a little bit of attention. Which is why I do a podcast, so people will pay attention to me. It's just 7 people, right? It's just 7, 2 of which are Ray, but it's still attention.
What about the third boob? You're forgetting the third boob. That's 7.5, sir.
Oh, that's right. Third boob. Yes.
It's the implants and reductions. The scale slides a little bit based on the boob enhancements.
Yeah, we have like 2 female listeners, one of which is constantly getting breast enhancements and reductions. It's weird. I can't really explain it. Yeah. So Ray, let's focus on Randy. Randy, first of all, I want to say to you, buddy, I want to say thank you, Randy, because you've been a big supporter of the show since the beginning and of mine since I started many years ago. So I really appreciate you being there for us. And I really appreciate you taking the last couple of weeks to really do your part helping to promote the show. That means a lot. So I just wanted to say very publicly, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'm just here to make sure that the Rich Dickman Show still stays slightly better than mediocre.
Yeah.
And that's all.
All right, cool. So what kind of things are you planning or are you doing to keep us slightly better than mediocre?
We'll keep Ray on his toes. I have to say, I think coming at him a little softly last week maybe woke him up. I have some future material ready to go that's a little harsher. You know, it's going to be a little more critical and have some examples. But this week I really just wanted to come on and show my support for the show as a whole. Yeah.
Right. Because the show, it's not just a show, it's a lifestyle. You know, that's what I like to tell people. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's awesome, Randy. I appreciate you. You know, and I have to tell you that I for one, you know, Ray is my buddy. You know, Ray has been there through the good times and the bad consistently every single week for me. So I do have to, when I feel the need, I will have to defend him like I did last week. So I apologize if I came at you a little too harshly last week, Randy. But
not at all. You did a great job describing Jamie from the Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think, Randy, maybe it speaks volumes about my status on the show when I don't even have to say anything.
Don't have to or can't? I wasn't real clear last week.
So do you want to get into this? Because,
yes.
Like normally they say, don't feed the trolls. All right. And I like you, Randy. So that's why I felt like maybe, you know, I'll just leave it alone. And then Rem decided to step in and I felt like, you know, that works. But now that I've had a little bit of time to digest this and reflect on it, I've decided that maybe, since you worked so hard on that submittal, that maybe you deserve some sort of a rebuttal.
Did you say submittal?
If you want to go, yeah, it was, he had to like create something. So essentially you came up with like, a number of points. First of all, you say that, for example, I stole the profile picture that I use on Twitter. To that, I'd say, maybe you should be more grateful that you were sent a personal photo of my handsome face, to use. And that, typically that's something that's reserved for the guys that I'm catfishing on Twitter. So consider yourself lucky there. Next, you did sound quite upset that I took 36 hours to respond to your Merry Christmas DM. Which it was pretty well documented on the podcast that I was, about as sick as a dog. So sick, in fact, that I didn't even say hi to half the people that I coughed on, sneezed on, and, possibly shat on while I lived in a fever-induced stupor for about a week there. Next, you claim that I mailed it in for a few episodes. Maybe you're right. But let's check on the feedback from others that agree with you. Yeah, that's right. No one agrees. Next, you're on your over-exhaustive list is that I'm not Huel. Damn right. I'm Ray, motherfucker. Next is the one that must have struck a nerve with you the most, which is that I insulted Best Buy and their associates. You know what? I can't help it that they make it so easy. When I returned the video card, they couldn't even figure out how to open a 2-piece box. Literally the 2 pieces slide apart. I actually had to open the box for them. It's kind of like, it's almost as if during their interview process while they're hiring people, they set a bottle of Advil on the table there and they ask the interviewee if they can open it. And if they can't, they're hired. After that, you took aim at me, making a joke about Kiwis and Aussies. Well, that was meant as an inside joke for our beloved Aussie crowd. Maddie, shout out Maddie, the Patreon. You're obviously reaching for reasons to call me out if that's all you got. Then you suggested I'm Rem's bottom. False. We take turns. Your second to last argument was that I may be afraid that I feel I don't deserve what I have. Randy, we're all replaceable. Which is why we haven't asked you to do a best of, even when we knew we'd need a couple weeks off. Instead, Rem and I recorded marathon episodes and back-to-back nights. In fact, we even recorded a second episode of an episode that was a little too steamy to air. Instead of, that would have been a perfect excuse to possibly call you in. Bring you off the bench there. And, excuse me. Finally, you claim that perhaps I am a better listener than host. Funny thing is, I've never even accepted the title of a host or co-host. I don't call myself any of those. I'm just here hanging out with my buddy Rem, making the best podcast on the internet. In summation, if you will, I'd like to bring this full circle. remember when you said, or when I said that you worked hard on your submission here? Well, I crafted this rebuttal all while taking a nasty dump on a break at work. So I'd say I've given you all the time and attention you deserve. I hope you're happy with the 15 minutes of fame amongst our 7 3/4 listeners. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go get back to recording bumpers of me banging my hot wife in the back of my luxury vehicle out front of my ridiculously affordable California housing so I can still access my insanely fast internet.
Well done, Ray. I mean, I didn't expect you to clap back like that, but you did it. I suppose if I was going to speak to anyone in this moment, it would be to Rim's ego, also known as Rich Dickman. And I'd just like to say that if that's what we're looking for, then that's what you're going to get. If you're happy with the way things are, then that's the way that they'll continue to be. I just came in to try and light a fire, and I think that I was successful in doing that under Ray. So wow. I'm going to mark this down as a success, along with the steak that I ate today and the blowjob I'm going to get in 30 minutes.
This is like internet blood sports. Hey, actually, in 30 minutes, you're still going to be on the show. Is that a thing? Is that going to happen?
That's the plan, Rim. That's
Holy
the plan.
Shit!
Ray, first live TRDS blowjobs.
Yeah. I didn't think we were doing porn tonight, but I guess we are.
I was going to add this in that, Rim, while that was playing and afterwards, could you see my wife on the camera last week?
Absolutely.
Or was she not during that moment? Was she maybe not on the camera? Cause maybe she was under the desk.
Oh, I mean, she's in and out.
Maybe.
She's in and out all the time, which I don't mind. I hate to see her go, but I like to watch her leave, that sort of thing. I'm sorry, Ray.
Preoccupied.
Man, it took him 15 seconds to try and steal that gimmick from you, Rim. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
this is what I meant by ray tracing, Ray.
Ray tracing. I should hit up NVIDIA for some sort of trademark infringement. Maybe I could sue them.
Are you guys done measuring penises? Can we move on here?
Oh, I know mine's small, but I still bring it.
Yeah. Good. All right. Randy, what's going on with you this week, buddy? You got anything interesting going on? Any fun stories to tell?
Well, I took a week off of work in order to... I just moved in with my girlfriend.
Nice.
So I took a week off of work in order to work on cleaning up the house. So far, we're 4% complete, and we're at Friday.
Yeah.
So really, really happy with our progress. We've stayed hydrated by drinking 3 packs of Coke, Coca-Cola. It's really helped. And, I haven't killed any of our animals yet, but I've come close.
What kind of pets do you have?
I don't have 0 goddamn pets, but she's got 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Oh my God, that's too many. That's too many. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
I have 3 cats and a dog, and it's the worst. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it.
Oh man, this one cat takes the biggest shits, dude. Like every time I go to take a shit, he takes a shit right outside the back. I would like to nominate this fucking cat for Dick of the Week because it's a massive shit. And like whenever another being's shit over wasps your shit while you're shitting,
yeah,
it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, cats. We don't talk enough about the assholish nature of cats and how ridiculous they are and how terrible of pets. Sure, they're adorable, right? I got this one cat. His name's Gilbert. He's soft as hell. He's wonderful. He's a great petting cat, right? But you know what? He's hungry. And he wants to eat. And he wants to tell me that he wants to eat. So he's always looking at me like, hey dude, I'm hungry. And I'm like, Gilbert, I don't care. I am busy right now. I am making dinner for important people, humans. And he's sitting there like, yo dude, I'm still hungry and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be all over your feet while you're trying to move, while you're carrying knives or hot pans. And he's just in the way and he's just, hey, I'm still hungry. I want to eat something, and just always in the way. And then I have this other cat and her name's Lila. Okay. And she's like a little pretty Miss Princess. All right. She's got long, she's gorgeous. All right. Listen, I won't lie. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful cat. She's like the prom queen, like 2 days after the prom. She's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying, Randy? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No, prom queen 2 days after the prom. That was my cousin.
Yeah. Perfect. And she knows it too, right? So she doesn't want any attention until she wants attention. So I'll be sitting on the couch, like watching wrestling or whatever. And then she'll come up to me and she'll be like, hey, and I'll be like, hey, hey, Lila, what's up? And then she'd be like, I want some armpit. And I'm like, what? She's like, I want some armpit. I'm like, what? And then she starts digging her face into my armpit. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you digging your face and your teeth into my armpit? This is the weirdest shit ever. And then I got another one. Her name's Pumpkin. Okay, I don't know. I didn't name her. That's a stupid name. She's a stupid name, stupid cat. And she's like a Frankenstein cat. Like if you took pieces of different cats and put them together to make a cat, that's what Pumpkin is. She's got different colorings all over. It's just crazy. It's the crazy shit ever. And she doesn't eat as much because the other two cats don't let her eat. So she's all skinny and annoying and she's all scared of everything until she's not scared. And then she'll come up and be like, yo, put your hand in my forehead and start petting me. And I'm like, come on, bitch. I don't want to. I'm trying to lay down and go to sleep. She's like, no. Here's my head. I'm putting it underneath your hand. And I start petting. Like she'll force. Anyways, cats are assholes. I'm sorry. I just did like 20 minutes on cats.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah. No, it was impressive because, you can't cuss because of your wife. So it's hilarious that you just cut 3 minutes on cats. So
without swearing.
I've been thinking about leaving the door open personally. We live by a major highway.
Yeah.
So
bye.
My cat does the Calvin and Hobbes thing. Like when Calvin comes home and Hobbes just attacks him. Like my cat just hides places and waits for people to walk by and attacks him. Like you leave empty laundry basket, he'll just get in it and wait for someone to walk by and he paws at you. Or like every morning. So I wake up, go downstairs, walk across the downstairs to the kitchen and walk the front door's on the opposite side, right? Make my coffee. I go to walk across the place to go to the front door. He waits under the kitchen table in the middle there. And every time I walk by, jumps out, jumps on my leg, bites me. I'm like, what? Why? I'm going to kick you every single time. I don't understand why this cat's so crazy. All he wants to do is attack things. And the other thing he does is really weird. Do your cats do this? So we have these blankets that sit on like the couch and stuff. He will like knead the blankets, but he also bites it. So he's like got the blanket in his mouth and he's kneading the blanket and he's like, he probably got a boner. It's disgusting.
Gilbert tries having sex with blankets or legs that are underneath blankets. It's the worst. Like,
who's domesticated who, really? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. And I'm the one who's got to clean their crap out of their litter box. And I gotta tell you guys,
I hate it.
I apologize. I am in a mood tonight. I am so pissed off at things right now, and I just want to unload, and I can't right now because my house is not soundproof. I'm right below my children's room.
Not with that attitude.
Friday night, and I will. Anyways, Ray, tell me about something. Give me a few more minutes so then I can start getting drunk and angry.
All right. Let me tell you this story about ABF Freight. They're just a common carrier. These motherfuckers. Okay, so we get a delivery at work, right? And we have one of those loading bay or loading dock. You know how they slope down so that the whatever the trailer can be level with the forklift with the ground. So normally they just pull up on the street, we unload them fine. This guy insists on coming to the dock. And we're like, fuck, whatever. This rarely ever has to be any sort of occurrence. And the guy insists on it because he's like, oh, my neck hurts. So I don't want to use the pallet jack to move the stuff to the back of his little truck there, right? So as he's backing in, he runs inside the building. I'm standing there watching him. He runs inside the building, knocks a portion of our signage right off the side of the building, just swipes off with his vehicle. I'm like,
oh no,
fucking idiot. Like, are you kidding me? So then, and I'm telling you, it's a straight shot to back into this thing. It's about as easy as it gets. So then he pulls forward again, makes it in, and we're like, hey dude, you ran into the sign. And he's like, oh, sorry. And then he kind of left it at that. And I'm thinking, well, what am I can't really do too much with this guy. I told him, what's the driver going to go up there and like fix the sign? I mean, it's busted. Like he swiped a bunch of letters off the side of the building. So anyway, we end up unloading the load and we didn't even have to use the fucking forklift. It's just light shit we unloaded by hand. And he's like, oh, I'd help you, but my neck hurts.
Oh my God.
Like, fuck you, dude. Get out of here. So he leaves. So, all right. So this is October 3rd. So I send an email to the company. I'm like, hey, you guys ran inside of our building. Here's some pictures. Like, we told your driver. 3.5 months later, all I've gotten out of them is this. Nothing for about 2 months. Finally, they responded with, oh, we'll escalate this to a manager. And then over the last like month and a half, all they've really responded with is, can you get a quote? And then finally, they responded with, our driver just came back from being injured. He says he didn't do it. And I go, that was last week. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. I fucking hate you. Like, the side of our building is still fucked up. So, so I sent him an email. I explained basically what happened. I said, we have multiple people that witnessed this. I saw it. We have security cameras, you know, like the whole shebang, right? And he responds, and the guy had told me, their manager had said, hey, the guy just came back from injury, not neck injury. He just came back from injury. And I said, I already know, without you even telling me, it was a neck injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know what's going on. I'm not making this shit up. So then the guy basically comes back with, well, I've been doing this long enough. There's always two sides to every story. And I'm like, oh my God. So I go to the president of our company, and I'm like, hey, you want to call our lawyer? Like, this is insane. So then the guy ends up responding with, well, let me come by on Thursday, which is yesterday. And I'll, we can discuss it. We'll look at it and we'll figure it out. I'm like, all right, cool. No showed. Just never fucking showed up. So this morning, first thing this morning, hey, missed you yesterday. You, how do you want to reconcile this? And I'm thinking, if he doesn't respond right away, we're literally just calling the lawyer. And he says, oh, I'll come by today. So he ends up coming by today. And we ended up, he said between 1 and 2. He shows up at like 1:58 or something like that. So we walk over to the side of the building, look at it, and he's like, oh yeah, there it is. Okay. And so I explained to him, same thing I've already said in every email. And I go, so I watched the guy do this. And he goes, oh, you saw it happen? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll file I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, what are these guys doing? You're just wasting my time. I don't even care that you fix it now. I just want to take you to court. Like, this is just out of hand. So ABF Freight, you suck. They're Dick of the Week. Maybe that's jumping the gun on Dick of the Week, but they're just completely incompetent. Like, how do these guys have jobs? How do any of these guys have jobs?
I got a story like that, but I hit something.
Ray, I'm intimately familiar with delivery personnel, and let me tell you,
the worst.
Yeah, some of them aren't great. Some of them are not great. I had somebody dropping something off. Nice, I had the Amazon driver dropping pallets off at my building, and he broke our garage door, trying to force it open. So I understand your pain, buddy. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. I don't really take too much into it, but it's just one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the most frustrating part is just dealing with people that are completely incompetent.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult you can see the marks from the side of the truck. Oh, that was the other thing the guy said when he shows up today. He goes, man, that looks pretty high. And I'm like, you want to drive the truck back out here? We can fucking measure it. Like, what? Like, I watched the guy do it. What do you want? Like, come on, man. Yeah. He's like, anyway, they're just.
I love that you got so upset about this.
Oh, yeah. It's just a waste of my time.
3 months, Randy. I understand. I can understand his frustration.
3.5 months.
All right.
The other day we had to borrow a truck because we had to take a lot of garbage up to the old dumpster. And so I was backing it up to the porch to load it, and the wheel, the tire, caught the propane tank and knocked it off of its base. And so I got pretty nervous for a second, but then it steadied and it didn't tip over.
Yeah.
And so I just left it, and then they refilled it the other day, and I blamed it on them.
Nice. Good job.
I was like, these sons of bitches knocked it off of the platform. Yeah. Anyways.
All right. The energy's weird right now. I gotta get this off my chest, you guys. I'm sorry. All right. Here it comes. I'm gonna do my best not to.
Wait, can you do me a favor first, Rim?
Sure, buddy.
I know.
Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Rim? Rim.
Yeah.
Rimgar the Torn.
Oh God, that's an old name. That's not who I am anymore.
Not with that attitude. Calm down.
I am Rem Dickman of the Rich Dickman
I want
show.
you to deliver this with the same passion that The Rock delivered his speech about his dad. Did you see that on Facebook?
No, I don't watch. I don't go on Facebook anymore. I quit Facebook.
Maybe. Well, I saw it on Reddit from Facebook.
All right. Listen. All right. Here we go. I have famously a best friend in the world. His name is Chris O.C. Okay. I love this guy. All right. We've been solid since like 2015. All right. It's been 4 years now. We've been good friends. We've known each other 5. Right. It's a recent friendship, but it's a really good friend of mine. I don't have many friends. Huel is off with ISIS in the caves, and Fit died famously. And Ray lives in California. And Randy just came back around to us a couple weeks ago. Randy, I appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. You're a good dude. I hope you stick around a long time, pal. All right. But, ultimately, when it comes down to it, like, Chris O.C. is my boy. We go down to New York City. He comes up to New Haven. We do things. We hang out. It's fun, right? And we talk all the time, All right. Now, Chris OC listened to the first 8 episodes of the Rich Dickman Show and he enjoyed them. But he has this weird crusade against Patreon. So when we first opened up our Patreon, like for episode 9, that's when Chris OC died to the Rich Dickman Show. He no longer listened. He can't listen to any show. He can have his most favorite show in the world. All right. And if they open a Patreon, he will not listen anymore. No matter who's doing it, if his best friend or whatever it is, he will not listen if they have a Patreon. So he stopped listening to the Rich Dickman Show, which is fine. He doesn't have to. I don't care. That's fine. It does what he does. Didn't bother me. We never talked about it. We don't talk about stuff on the show or any of that stuff. All right. Every once in a while, I'd ask him about his things. I used to have a problem with Patreon. I used to have a problem with creators like begging fans for money. But that's not what it's about, right? You guys like what we do. You want more of it. And so you want to help support the show. We give you more content. It's cool. You get the show every week. We do this for free. You want some bonus stuff? Awesome. Well, here we go. So Chris OC and I had a few conversations about this, and I say, hey man, what's different from Patreon versus a subscription service? And his argument being, well, you set up your own subscription service and you have to do all the work that way and get them to pay that way. And I'm like, yeah, but like most of us are stupid. That's why we have Patreon. Patreon does all that stuff for us, right? They set it all up and they make it easy. And then we do the bonus stuff for them. And it's simple. And then I said, oh, you know what? But anyways, famously, Umaroni, like after I said, hey, Umaroni, thanks for being a patron forever. And then he DM'd me, Ray, remember this? And say he stopped being a patron. Yeah.
He's like, whoops, I'm a patron. I'm a patron.
Yeah, I don't agree with the swingers, so I'm going to stop giving you $1 a month. I'm like, all right, Dick. All right, that's cool. Dick of the week.
They're great too.
Yeah, they're great people. But okay, whatever.
Shout out to Isis.
Nobody's forcing him to be a patron. Okay. And then Randy, after we talked to him on the last episode, then he pulled his patronage because he was having a situation. So whatever. And it's fine because
sometimes you just need a pack of ramen to make it through.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And we don't need this. And it's fine. You guys, if you give, you give. If you don't, you don't. Whatever. It's not a big deal. So Chris and I had another conversation about it. And I said, yeah, man, it's funny. We were just talking about it, but this one dude, he left because we had swingers on, and I told him, and I said, our Patreon, we don't have anything now. So, I'm not going to do anything with the Patreon. I'm probably going to end it. Right. So I left it as it was. But then all of a sudden, Maddie joined our Patreon. Okay. And say, oh, well, you know what? I keep this going because he wants to help the show and that little bit helps. This isn't, we don't do this for free. And then all of a sudden, who was next? Randy came back, Freddie Rush joined. And it's like, oh, wait a second. There's people here who want to help support the show. And in turn, Ray and I need to give them bonus content. Because that's how this transaction works. We're not just going to take anybody's money to support the show without giving them something in return. So Ray and I are doing some a lot of bonus content lately, actually. And so I advertise that stuff on Twitter. Okay. Now, Chris and I don't talk about the Rich Dickman Show. When I told him I was interviewing porn stars a couple weeks ago, he's like, oh, yay, porn stars, but never asked any questions because he doesn't want to know. And that's it. We don't talk about the show. We don't talk about Patreon. We don't have any conversations about this. So I'm browsing through Twitter 2 nights ago. And I got Ray, chatting with Ray. Ray, remember this? And I see a Chris OC tweet, a subtweet, and I know it's aimed directly at me. And it's something along the lines of, oh, that's disappointing. Wasn't expecting to see that. Well, nobody likes a liar. All right. So before that tweet came out, I had texted Chris because Keith Lee in NXT just won the NXT North American Championship, and we're both big fans of Keith Lee. So I texted Chris OC. I'm like, hey, Keith Lee, woo! And I said, bask in his glory and all that stuff. And Chris never replied. And then I saw the subtweet. I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's probably why he didn't reply. All right. And then I didn't get any text from Chris all night and nothing in the morning. And I'm not about to go chasing after anybody because I'm not a 16-year-old girl, right? I'm a grown-ass 39-year-old man, and I'm not a little bitch, all right? So I'm not going to subtweet somebody like a little bitch either, all right? If you got a problem with me, you can text me or call me and say, hey, I have a problem with you. You don't have to be a little bitch and subtweet me and then go silent for 2 days. Well, long story short, I haven't talked to Chris OC in 2 days. That's my best friend, right? This is a guy, I talk to every day, and we've spent time together. I stayed over in his house, and we've hung out. We've done lots of things. All of a sudden, because I have a Patreon with people who want to support the show, and I never told him about it, or he assumed, because I said I was ending the Patreon, that I was going to delete the whole thing and never do it again. He thinks I'm lying to him. Man is filled with principles, right? He's got solid solid effing principles and that you cannot be broken. And one of them is...
I just liked his tweet.
You son of a bitch. So he does not like anybody, anything to do with Patreon. Okay. And he does not like people who lie. Which is why he hates the president, because he thinks the president lies all the time. And he's all about this impeachment thing.
Everyone lies.
And he's tweeting into the ether about it. And it's funny to me. And as Randy just said, everybody lies. All right. Lying isn't great. It's not cool, but everybody does it. All right. So to hold people to such high a standard where they cannot ever tell a lie by accident is kind of unfair to people. Regardless, I don't believe I lied in any form, shape, or form. I said I'm probably going to end the Patreon. And just so happens, a couple days later, the Patreon kicked up again, right? So why would I end it? And why would I even explain myself to this guy when we don't talk about it? So anyways, I haven't talked to my best friend in like 2 days. And it's a little painful and it kind of hurts because what was my friendship, right? That I can't, like my buddy can't just say, hey man, I got a problem with this. Oh shit, Chris, let's talk about this. What's up? Let's have a conversation. No, I get none of that. I got none of that. It's weird. It's a weird thing because listen, I'm not going to lie. Listen, I'm not that sensitive. I don't pretend to be, or I don't try to be. Maybe I am a little bit. I don't know. But you know, I got a friend who, now what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to text them and like, hey, what's up? And then not going to reply. Like, you know, that's how Fit died. Fit died the exact same way. I would text Fit, hey, what's up? And then no response. He just died. Ray, I'm going to do this now. Okay. So we don't have any confusion, after episode 100, after this show ends. I'm a bad friend, Ray, and you should not consider me a friend because I will just end up disappointing you. God damn it.
I already miss our friendship.
Don't get too attached because all my relationships with people end badly. Okay. They just end badly. And they just, you know, I'm not the person who's going to be like, hey, what's going on? Let's talk about this because a few years ago I did have a friend like that who would wrap me up in all these weird emotions and I would be like, oh, hey, what's up? And then we get into these long, like 3-day conversations about what I did wrong and like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing any of that shit ever again. Everybody can kiss my ass. Turns out I don't need your fucking ass anyways, right? I don't need any friends, Ray. I don't need you. I don't need Randy. I don't need Chris. I don't need Fit. I kind of need Huel. I kind of need Huel.
It's a simple formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you need to do is make more friends than you lose.
Ram himself.
Okay? And that's really easy to do. You change jobs a lot.
Yeah.
You move around.
Right.
You disown your family. Mm-hmm. You know? There you go. It's easy peasy.
At work, I'm the boss, so I can't have any friends, right? I have this one dude I talk wrestling with, and I know the guy who comes to me with all his problems, but they're not my friends. I'm just a confidant. Or whatever that word is, if that's the right word. But no, everybody out there, don't try to be my friend. All right. I'm begging you. Just keep me at a distance. Don't try to befriend me and say, hey man, what's up? Because I will disappoint you and I don't care. I don't need friends. I don't want you as a friend and, kiss my ass. Everybody can kiss my ass. The only friend that I
retweeted and commented.
Yeah. What?
Oh. What? Oh, I retweeted and commented. I think he forgot to tag you at Rim Dickman.
Oh, you didn't do that, did you?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Fucking asshole, don't do that shit.
I'll go to war with this guy. I know he fucked back, but I'm not scared. I'll Seth Rollins his ass.
The only friend I want and need is Hot Drummer News Babe, and that's it. And that'll probably end
you whore
badly too. So.
Like you gave her that damn dick of the week last week. What the hell? What the hell?
She deserved it. She contributes every week.
Mm-hmm. That's 2 weeks in a row she's deserved it.
Yeah. She puts the work in, Randy.
Well,
you'll get there.
All right. So going back to what you were originally talking about. Yeah, so I was telling you, like friendship's a two-way street. I used to have that thing where people would come to me every once in a while and be like, you haven't called me in forever. You haven't texted me in forever. I'm like, you haven't called or talked to me. Like, it goes both ways. You can't just be like, you haven't, as if it's only on one person. It's only one person's responsibility to maintain the friendship. Like it's, goes both ways. So it is what it is. For your peace of mind, I mean, my advice would just be, every once in a while, just send them a, hey, how's it going, buddy? And then at least you've made the effort. You know what I mean? And then if he never responds, that's on him. You know what I'm saying?
I got a story.
All right.
My buddy Arthur helped me out here in April, and he took care of me 1 week whenever my house bathroom was getting remodeled. I stayed with him at his friend's house. It's a really nice house. Anyways, I ate all of his edibles and ran around the house like an idiot for a little while. So, and then he got fired like later that week. It was a rough week for him. But anyways, so come around, he asked me to borrow $200 in December. And I loaned it to him, and he hasn't paid me back, and he's not answering any of my texts. Oh. But every day, like every couple of days, I'll text him and be like, hey, buddy, just so you know, don't really care about the money. I hope we can be friends. And then, like, the next day, I'll text him and be like, I'm going to text your girlfriend, you crazy fucker. I've seen your penis. I know it's not that great. I try and hit him with a little mixture of, like, nice and crazy ex-girlfriend. So I'm hoping I'll get my $200 back anyways.
All right. I hope you get your $200 back, too, buddy. It's not nice of him to talk about your penis like that.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about his penis. He's got length, but it's very narrow, very Italian.
That's not.
It's a breadstick.
Yeah, no. You either got to have a beer can or you got to have, like a proportion. One or the other.
See, I've got a compact disc. It's a chode, but it's very, very, very short, but very, very round.
Right. All right.
That's awesome. Well, have you ever seen Power Rangers Turbo?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The hairy guy in there with the little crystal who was all like,
yeah, that guy. Who goes, yeah.
That's what my penis looks like. That exactly. Like, just picture that dude has a beard and everything.
Got it.
Oh my God. That sounds like one of our customers called me this week and said, hey, I've got this sample of yours. It's this white square thing. Is it yours? Like, that was the description you just gave. Like, what? I don't know. We're on the phone. Like, how am I supposed to, I don't,
I'll post Power Rangers.
I don't know anything about Power Rangers. That one, I have no idea what you're talking about. Speaking
Ray, when you're talking about going, friendship's a two-way street, that's like what happened with Fit, right? I'd be like, hey man, let's go do something. And then I get nothing. Or, hey man, let's hang out this weekend. Oh, I can't. And then why am I even trying? And then he died, so that's what happened.
Tragic canoeing accident.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys.
I have a Chris OC Patreon story, which is at some point, it was probably a year and a half ago or so when I found the Rich Dickman Show, few episodes in. And at some point he was saying something about, how he's like, can't listen to whatever shows have Patreon. He was posting that on Twitter. So I started asking him, hey, so what would you do? And I think we were texting at the time, actually. I think you and I were texting at the time. We were like live texting each other as I was tweeting him. And I said, well, what happens if a show that has a Patreon decides to delete it? Would you listen again? I got to start digging up these tweets because I can't remember exactly the full conversation. But I believe that he was basically the overarching philosophy that he has is once a cheater, always a cheater. Like once a Patreon, always a Patreon. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm getting at. I don't believe that when you said, hey, Patreon might go away or is going away or anything of that nature, that he said, perfect, I can listen now. I think so it baffles me that he would all of a sudden now that you just continue like, even if you said it's going away, but it didn't go away and it comes back, whatever, if he's still not listening, why does it even matter?
Right. Because when I told him that,
he's holding it against you.
I said, you could start listening again because I'm going to be getting rid of the Patreon. And he says, oh, maybe. And then he never did, which is fine.
Yeah. I don't
doesn't have to. It's his choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody has to listen to shit, right? It's just me.
Which is why we never got to 8 3/4 listeners.
That's right. Exactly. That's why we're stuck at 7.5. But, if you think I'm lying to you, ask me about it. And like, hey man, you said this, but this is happening.
It takes balls to ask somebody about that.
Sure. So I guess it's just easier to subtweet and then ignore. So you know what? Kiss my ass. But if you were to text and say, hey buddy, what's up? I'm like, all right, cool. This is the same guy. Hey, you guys remember that thing in Charlottesville when that crazy white supremacist ran over those people?
That was him?
No, that wasn't him. But then he
was like, God damn.
Yeah. And so he and I were talking about that one night, and I said, but you gotta understand, man, it's not just like the crazy right-wing people. There's also crazy left-wing people there too, which is, causing a lot of the friction. We got the crazy lefts and the crazy rights.
Antifa, you were telling me about that.
Yeah. And I said, there's both sides here. It's not just one side being an asshole. There's two things happening that, we should be aware of. And after that conversation, he was convinced I was a Nazi for 2 days until third day he apologized to me and said, I'm sorry. I get a little, this is how principled this guy is. And I'm just, me.
I can see it.
I like
Rim is a Nazi. I can see it.
Yeah, right. That's me.
Remember that time I got my coworker to call in and start saying white nationalist shit to you? Like he knew it all already. I didn't have to coach him or anything. It was great.
You're like, bro, just say that stuff you say at work on this, just call his voicemail and say the same stuff you say at work.
Yeah. The creed you live your life by, share it with the world. That's right. But that's what we're dealing with. But no, if he texts me tomorrow and say,
he's got a screenplay too.
I'd be like, hey man, what's up? And I just move on like it never happened, but I don't know. It just pissed me off, buddy, because, that's not what friends do. Ray, if I had a problem with you, I'd be like, yo, Ray, I got a problem here, bud. And then we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Exactly.
I don't feel like I have to shit. All right. That's enough of me being a bitch. I'm sorry. Thank you all for listening. Listen, here's the thing. I don't have any friends to talk to. So I have my podcast. I got to talk. About
you've got
not a problem at all. Gave me time to bust out the Dynavap again.
All right.
This is the voicemail. I've been around. We've been friends.
This is the bumper on your right.
This is a badass guitar riff. And finally, here's your voicemails. Sorry,
before the
guitar riff's too cool.
You always talk over the bumper. Oh, fuck.
Gets you every time.
Yeah, always. I'm sorry. Before I play voicemails, Ray, what were you saying?
I was going to say something. Now I forgot because that was too good of a bumper. It's just that good. Bumper. It's just that good.
Hello, Rim and Ray. This is Vincent here. I just wanted to say you guys have been doing a wonderful job, and I'm really looking forward to your 100th episode. Keep up the great work. We do a good job. And I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.
Oh, thanks, Svensson. That's nice of him.
Oh,
that was nice of him to say.
He sounds sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
I got him sick.
Like,
I'm sure.
Does he have that Asian flu?
Oh no, he lives near you. I think he's in Ohio as well. You guys should hang out.
I thought he was.
Well, people come from China to Ohio, Rim.
Well, they shouldn't. Jesus. Nobody from China should come to the United States until we get this shit under control. There's 45 million people quarantined right now, you guys. This is insane. All right, next voicemail.
Stupid Oakdale in Connecticut. The opening act was astonishingly amazing. You had I need to provide an anthropological analysis of this effect. This is fucking awesome. What do you think?
Oh my god. It's so good.
Is that on Drummer News, babe?
It's...
I'll play in a second. Am I right? I would say so, yeah. But
is it a bud dial?
He doesn't have a fucking shit. And I mean, did you go to the store? Yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
So on January 17th, Hot Drummer News Babe was texting me saying she was at the Snoop Dogg concert at the Oakdale in Wallingford, Connecticut. And I said, oh my god, you need to call the voicemail. So there it is.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That was fun.
I would love to go to a Snoop Dogg concert. That would be so much fun.
Randy,
you know what? Okay.
What? Yeah.
Have you ever, the store Cotton on Kids? Like it's in malls and things like that?
No.
Oh, they really do sell like cotton shirts and pants and stuff, whatever, for kids, right? It's what they sell is in the name. Okay. But they have a bunch of clothes that have throwback stuff on it.
Sorry.
Such as Snoop Dogg t-shirts, Ice Cube, whatever it is. And then they go back to like Pink Floyd and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay, if you're going to put like a Snoop Dogg t-shirt on like your, say, 6-year-old kid, I get it. The Snoop Dogg is kind of a meme these days, but if you go back and listen to any of his music that made him famous, it's sending the wrong message. Like, I don't know, is Snoop Dogg these days, like, am I looking through rose-colored glasses that I remember Snoop Dogg as a rapper, right? Like, I don't think of him as a meme.
He's got a cooking show with Martha Stewart.
Does he? Okay. See, I didn't even know that. But is that where, like, is he viewed these days as like, just, like I said, like a meme? Is that it? Am I out of touch with Snoop Dogg these days?
Ray, you bring up
the Dog Father?
An interesting point. because in like 1995, 1996, Snoop Dogg and Gin and Juice and gangsta rap, West Coast, East Coast, that was a thing, man. You know, who's going to win, West Coast or East Coast?
My mind on my money and my money on my mind.
That's right. Tupac or Biggie and all that stuff, right? And then Snoop Dogg smoked more weed and got more popular. You're absolutely right, Ray. He became a meme. What is Snoop Dogg now? What?
He was on the Trailer Park Boys.
Okay.
That was some good shit. That was a good crossover. He bought a lot of hash from them.
What was Snoop Dogg's? What is Snoop Dogg's?
Like under the ocean, and they built a train set that went underneath the river.
Okay.
And it carried it through the cabooses inside of.
Are you high right now?
Ziploc bags, and they got it over the border. No, I'm not high right now. Who the fuck are you to ask me if I'm high?
Just checking.
How dare you? I come on your podcast after being your patron at the $10 level, and you accuse me of being high?
No, I didn't accuse.
I'm going to mute and light up right now.
I asked a question. I didn't accuse. I just asked a question. What is the last great Snoop Dogg song? Exactly.
Gin and Juice.
Great or hit?
Whatever. Is it the same thing? You know, I don't know. What's the last Snoop Dogg song that you could name?
Man, the Dogfather album was really good. I had it.
The last one that's on my playlist is Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
So.
When was the Dogfather? 98? So, you know, Snoop Dogg is just living the fame that he once had and is relevant with it. Somehow, I don't know how he does it, but good for him.
So are you, bro. Like, I mean, come on.
No, hold on.
Aren't you doing the same thing?
Yes, I absolutely am. I'm not criticizing the guy. Ray just asked a question. Is he a meme now? But so yeah, I think he is. I think he is a meme.
I think we're dating ourselves. Like this is what getting old is. Cause I remember driving around my heyday, right? Like in my teens and 20, listening to Snoop Dogg. Like that was like, I love Snoop Dogg. I like his music. I genuinely thought like back in that era, it was good stuff to listen. I liked it, but that's where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't put his clothes on my kids. To me, that's sending a wrong message. He's singing about fucking bitches. Like that's it. Those are his lyrics.
Yeah.
It's a little racist, Ray. I'm not gonna lie. A little racist. That's a white privilege speaking.
Yeah.
It's a white privilege.
Hey.
Check your privilege, Ray.
What
if you didn't have arms and legs, Ray? What if you needed the weed?
But right, but and same thing like Ice Cube. Now he has done all those family movies. He's kind of flipped his image. But I mean, same thing. Like they started NWA, right? I mean, the name of the band, not as an acronym, is not even something you tell your kids these days. Yeah, all I'm saying is like, you can't. It's just interesting. They're selling this to like kids. They're selling it to kids and saying, "Hey, put this on your kids." Throwbacks. Haha, it'll be cool to put this on your kids. I mean, the kids don't get it.
I have a Muppets with Attitude shirt. And it has like Oscar the Grouch on it and like the Count. And it says MWA, Muppets with Attitude.
Now what would be the equivalent of our parents putting that kind of clothing on us as kids? Like, I don't even know. They didn't even have anything like that, did they?
Pink Floyd.
No. But yeah, I guess it would be like Rolling Stones. Like if my dad was like, here, wear a Rolling Stones t-shirt, like, cause that was controversial in the 60s. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're old and senile and just we're old grumpy people.
Randy, how old are you, buddy?
29.
God bless you. All right. So yeah, Randy's still young. You know, we're getting, I'm getting old.
But I feel old.
Yeah. No.
My Wii Fit age is 112.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
That's why I said it would suck for you to die and come back as my chair. Because it's squeaky, because I'm fat.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way.
Have you guys ever seen this thing? It's from 2010. It's old.
Yeah.
It's a double rainbow.
It's pretty funny. This is like, I imagine this is like you, Randy. After you This guy loves this double rainbow.
And banana bread, though? Whoa. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking
oh my
banana
god. Oh,
at work?
Woo!
Dude, this is just a guy looking at a double rainbow. That's it.
Wow.
Wait, is this Ray's submission?
Yeah.
Like, he's dipping hard into 2012 for some of this shit.
2010. It's even further back.
Oh my god, look at that. It's starting to even look like a triple rainbow. Oh my god.
Taj.0 called, and they want their episodes back.
Double rainbow all the way across the sky.
Just got some throwbacks in the queue here.
I heard this in Howard Stern when it came out. I think he said he was high on mushrooms or something at the time when he did this.
Dude, it's so funny.
Dude,
like 2 minutes in or whatever it is, and he's like crying. He's like actually crying. He's like, it's a double rainbow.
Yeah,
it's just so funny.
This video has 46.6 million views.
Yeah. That's all you got to do, Rim.
Yeah. I guess I gotta.
I'm talking to your ego again.
Gotta get some mushrooms and go find some rainbows. Yeah. Rainbows. That's right.
2 hookers and an 8 ball. That's how I like to do Saturday.
You gotta enjoy the small things in life, like double rainbows.
What are we doing next here? Let's see. Okay.
Is that a no to 2 hookers and an 8 ball?
I mean, that's for another show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to introduce this week's finalists for Dick of the Week. And here is our first nominee.
Okay, you guys, I've possibly got something better than sombrero-wearing pigeons, and bear with me because I'm A, a little hungover, and B, forgot my cell phone at home, so I just feel really weird and defenseless without it. But anyway, here we go. Here's a story out of Salt Lake City. A judge refused to overturn part of Utah's lewdness law Tuesday in the case of a woman fighting criminal charges after her stepchildren saw her topless in her own home. Judge Kara Pettit sided with prosecutors who argued that lewdness is commonly understood to include women's breasts in American society, according to the Salt Lake Tribune. Isn't that nice? Really nice. Judges should not second-guess what lawmakers have decided is lewd conduct, she wrote. It wasn't immediately clear whether Tilly Buchanan, who's the topless woman, would appeal the ruling. If she doesn't, her charges could move to a trial, and if convicted, she could face jail time and be forced to register as a sex offender. A global movement, you guys are going to love this bit. A global movement advocating for the rights of women to go topless called the Free the Nipple campaign has seen mixed success in fighting similar ordinances in other parts of the country. Buchanan was charged after she and her husband took off their shirts to keep their clothes from getting dirty while they hung drywall in their garage. When her husband's 3 kids, ages 9 through 13, walked in, she explained, "Hey, I'm a feminist and want to make it a point that everybody should be fine walking around their house with their skin showing," according to court documents. The charges against her were filed after the children's mother reported the incident to child welfare officials working on a separate investigation involving these kids. Police said Buchanan removed her shirt and bra in front of the children while, quote, under the influence of alcohol. But her husband was not charged. So who's the dick of the week here? The woman, the kids' mother, the judge, the state of Utah, society? I think it's kind of all of those things. Otherwise known as the patriarchy, which has gotten its collective panties in a bunch.
Oh, stop it.
Whatever.
No.
Have a great night. Bye.
Hot Drummer Newspaper, let me tell you who the dick of the week here is. And that's the state of Utah, okay? And then secondly, Miss Buchanan is the dick of the week for being in Utah. There's no reason to be in Utah. Utah is like the goddamn shittiest state in the goddamn union. What kind of state has religious laws that allow for polygamy and then also no lewdness? That doesn't go hand in hand, right? If you're going to have multiple wives, then like sex should be everywhere. You can't say you can't take your boobs out and then also, you can be six chicks and be married to one dude. No, that does not make any sense. It's just like saying, hey, I want the right to have an abortion, but also, I don't want the right to kill anybody with a gun. No, it's the same thing. If you're all for killing babies, you should be all for guns' rights. All right. It's the same goddamn argument. The state of Utah is the dick of the week here for being assholes. All right. Also, they're the dick of the week for not recognizing that the mother who's not the stepmother, the mother who reported the incident, she's just being a bitch here because she's jealous because this Buchanan chick, she's probably really hot. And that's why she's divorced from the husband. All right. Because this stiffy ass, cold ass mother, all right, who probably has, probably has nothing to show for up top and is probably, not looking great and probably the years of age have taken their toll on her. All right. She's probably really jealous. She's really jealous of Miss Buchanan here. And she got word of this. The kids probably thought it was funny. It's like, oh my God, stepmommy had her boobies out. And then the mother's like, oh, well, I'm going to call the police, just to be a bitch. Just to be a bitch. And knowing the shitty state of Utah and their shitty laws and all the shitty people in the state of Utah, took advantage of it. So, first of all, fuck the mother for reporting the incident and also fuck the state of Utah, okay? Because there's no reason for Utah to be what it is. And any of you people living in Utah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you live there, unless you live there by choice, in which case I'm not sorry. Go fuck yourselves. Get out of Utah. Utah sucks. Ray?
I'm tagging Scott Johnson in a tweet right now.
Yeah. That was one of the first things that came to my mind. I've always, okay, maybe you guys can have a counter argument to this. I've always felt like no one's making you stay wherever you live. How much is a bus ticket? You know what I mean? Like,
thank you.
Why do people feel like they're like stuck somewhere? Like, oh, I grew up there and I can't get out.
Yeah.
Like,
you know
no,
where you can go?
A bus ticket.
My parents are buried here, Ray.
Fucking cars you can buy that have 300,000 like cars run with 300,000 miles, no problem these days. Like, you're not stuck. You can buy a piece of shit car that actually runs halfway decent. You can go find a job paying minimum wage anywhere. Right. And still, if you can live on minimum wage wherever you are, you can probably move to another spot in the country that probably has a lower cost of living or something like that and still live. Like, you can find a freaking job and then work it. Like, you're not stuck there. You're not stuck there and being held down. Like, I don't understand why people, you're oppressed by what?
Guess
state?
What?
Like, the state's Ray, not holding
Ray,
you. Like, it doesn't make
sense. If you live in Utah,
yeah.
If you live in Utah, all you got to do is go west or east. You go east to Colorado or west to Nevada. And guess what? In both of those states, weed is legal. Weed is legal in both of those states.
Go to Nevada.
Right? So guess what? Since weed's legal, go ahead and walk around topless because nobody gives a shit anymore. Get the fuck out of Utah.
Oh, dude. Go live in Reno. If you're in that area, go to Reno. And the reason being
where the pigeons are.
Yes. You will see absolutely the craziest shit.
Hate Utah.
They have things like air races. They have mountains. They have
You remember
desert.
Reno 911?
We should have let off with this story.
Weed. Dude, they have so much shit in.
This whole show sucks until minute 55 when we got to this voicemail. But, you know.
Well, I would like to make a point.
Go ahead.
If possible, boys.
Yeah, try.
I think
so. You were describing your cats earlier.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say that we've uncovered the perfect description of Kristen's cat, Pika, here. She is like a stepmom who wants to keep showing you her titties when you don't want to see them.
Right.
So that is exactly how I would describe the temperament of this fucking kitty.
Nice. Thank you, Randy. Are you getting
jumping on my goddamn chair?
Your blowjob yet?
Yes, it's already done. Oh, I don't last very long.
What? Oh, shit.
You were on a roll. Yeah. I let you bitch about Utah.
Oh, thanks, buddy. In episode 52, Huel's last episode, and I just happened to be none of this is related. I just happened to be on our Apple podcast page, right? And I saw that we introduced a new bit, which is me complaining about the states. Like Huel was naming states, and I was complaining about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never got to Utah, but this is what I would say about Utah. Utah fucking sucks. Get the hell out of Utah. Mormon's not a religion, okay? Let's be honest here. Mormon's not a religion.
I mean, they did move to Mexico.
Who moved to Mexico?
Like the Mormons moved to Mexico because like that's where Mitt Romney's from. His family is from the clan that moved to Mexico, and then the cartel just took out a bunch of them recently.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's crazy shit right over the border.
Yeah. Oh, so let me tell you about the Mormon religion. is that Jesus Christ did not like die on the cross and then come to Utah and show himself to Joseph Smith. That shit didn't happen. Some jackass got high in acid and looked into a bag of gold and decided he saw plates. Mushrooms.
He got high
on mushrooms and created a new religion based off of Jesus Christ. It's magic underwear. Get out of here. Get out of here, Utah. Go have sex with yourself.
Fall off into the ocean.
I mean, they're essentially Tupperware anyways. I mean, they're just a big valley in the middle and like there's a lid for their weather. Like their weather gets stuck for a week.
It's terrible. Come on. Terrible. All right. Our next, thank you, Hot Trimmer News Babe. We're going to nominate Utah. And
have you ever heard of someone moving to Utah?
No. Everybody moves out of Utah.
I want to move to Utah.
No. Yeah, no, because Utah sucks. It's terrible. All right.
I hear autism's lower rate out there. Autism rates lower in Utah.
Okay, well, that's good then. All right. Maybe we will then. All right. Our next submission. This is from @Peace&Breeze on Twitter, otherwise known as Arctic Chill. Arctic Chill. This is tweeted @Rich Dickman Show. Sir Zero with an E, that's Randy, and I were out getting steaks, and I took a steak knife from my parents. When we got into the car, he said he would watch me bleed out if we got into a wreck and I stabbed myself because he would then get 2 steaks. Dick of the week. So Randy, you've been nominated by this lovely lady.
So you got steaks and were like taking them home?
Yeah, and we don't have a steak knife because like I just moved in. She doesn't have a lot of shit, so we stopped at her parents' house on the way to get my rum and the steak knife. We were going through this alley and I was just like, like we hit a bump and the knife came kind of close to her throat and I was kind of like, I have these ideations. I call it Family Guy brain. my brain runs off and creates these little scenarios. Well, I went through one of those and I was just like, hey, in that one, the only silver lining was I got 2 steaks at the end. So, like, I try to find the silver linings in the bad. And for some reason, that pisses people off. I don't understand.
Okay.
All right, so enjoying the little things. Okay, real quick. Go ahead, like, how long is the drive between point A to point B?
It's like 500 feet, maybe.
Okay.
Minute and 10
so
seconds.
not too, okay. Cause I was about to say, you can't do that to a steak. Like, if you're going to get a steak, you gotta eat it at the right time. You can't reheat steaks. You can't eat them cold. Like, I was about to ruin my entire day if you were going to do that. But 500 feet. Okay. We can move on.
Rays, this is a former, you guys ever heard of Damon's? All right. This place used to be a Damon's. All right. That's like high class in this area. Granted, they went out of business and now it's some sort of like lounge, but they serve the same food, exact same menu. So it was good. Like I said, it was actually about 12 minutes from there. It was a minute and a half from the parents' house to our house. So sorry to fuck up the route there, bud.
All right. So far we have the state of Utah and the actual mother of these kids, and we've got Randy. Okay. Our next story. This comes to...
Hey, Rim. Sorry to bother you. Yeah. Craig is back. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, shit. It's too late now. Fuck Craig. Fucking asshole. All right. This is
after all those times I complimented Craig on being reliable. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is from Tribune Media Wire from January 23rd, 2020. A man dies after being attacked by his rooster on their way to a cockfight.
Ooh, sexy.
An Indian man has died after a tussle with his rooster on their way to a cockfight. Sarapalli Chana Venkataswamy Rao, 50, was hit in the neck with a blade tied to the rooster's claw on January 15th. A police spokesman told CNN the father of 3 was taken to hospital, where he later died from a stroke. Rao, who lived in Pragadavara village in southern India's Andhra Pradesh state, was a regular at local cockfights and was on his way to enter the rooster in a competition when it tried to break free, Station House Officer Kranti Kumar said. Cockfighting has been illegal in India since 1960. However, animal fighting continues to be a problem in the country, according to Gauri Malukade, trustee for India's People for Animals Foundation. The offenses have been made very clear and explained to the district and state authorities, but they choose to turn a blind eye towards it. It is not just for entertainment that these animals are made to fight, but it is also due to the heavy betting and gambling that goes on in the garb of these events, Moaleki said. Kumar said the local cockfight went ahead without any arrests. Oh, boy. I don't think culture has anything to do with it. It is purely a money game, and hysteria takes over. Reason and logic just take a back seat, such that neither the animal's welfare nor the people's welfare is enough to stop it, Maluki said. All right. So we got that.
I got a great story about my uncle.
Oh, does it involve...
In cockfights.
Oh, yes. Okay, please tell it.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, my grandmother was a custodian at the local high school for 27 years. And so she had 3 boys and 1 girl, and all the boys got in a lot of trouble growing up. Well, one day she gets a phone call from the middle school, and my uncle Rick has brought a rooster in to trade, and it crowed during 4th period. And so he got his rooster taken away from him, and the cops called, and she had to go up there and sort things out. But it was pretty funny because I didn't hear this from anyone in my family. I heard it from my middle school principal. He was like, the first time I got in a fight, I had to go in there, and he was like, I expected to see more of you because of, and he told me that story. So
nice. Okay. All right, our final story.
Go fuck yourself.
Our final story tonight.
Random.
This is let's see where this is. I get this off. This is off of Fox News from January 11th. Conservative group
fake news
slams Burger King over commercial using the D word. Let's see if we can figure out.
Oh no, that's real.
Let's see if we can figure out what the D word is. Okay. The conservative group 1 Million Moms is accusing Burger King of crossing the line over an Impossible Whopper commercial that uses the D word. Burger King is airing a commercial that uses profanity to advertise its Impossible Whopper, a burger made from plants instead of beef. The group's website reads, "The language in the commercial is offensive. and it's sad that this once family restaurant has made yet another deliberate decision to produce a controversial advertisement instead of a wholesome one. The group, which is a division of the American Family Association, called out a commercial that documents the reactions of taste tests of the now popular meatless burger. One man, completely stunned by the Impossible Whopper's tastiness, says, "Damn, that's good." Apparently, the use of the D word went too far for 1 million moms.
Whoa.
1 million moms finds
Those 1 million moms need to get fucked.
1 million moms find this highly inappropriate. When responding to the taste test, he didn't have to curse, the group said. Or if, in fact, it was real, an unscripted interview in which the man was not an actor, then Burger King could have simply chosen to edit the profanity out of the commercial.
That's true. They could have.
The group called the ad.
I have to do this when I visit my godparents.
Irresponsible and tasteless. Yeah. Okay. So the group here is, the D word. The D word. I'm figuring like it's going to be like what D words do we have? We have like dick and douchebag and, that's it. And damn. And they have
dermaticulitis.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar hates that one.
Yeah. I hate that one too. That sucks. So I
thought
D-word,
they were
I forgot.
I thought they were going to call it false advertising for using the D word delicious.
Yeah. Right. That was one of my video ideas, right? Is to go eat Impossible Whoppers, but I can't get producer Ryan or assistant producer Chris to go eat Impossible Whoppers with me.
I'll drive up there tonight. What time do you need me there?
Actually, you come by this weekend, Randy. Anytime tomorrow or Sunday.
We'll rub it in Chris OC's face. We'll go eat hot pot.
There you go.
Oh, man.
And post all over Twitter.
It's so sad. I can't believe I lost my friend.
And say that Donald Trump stopped by and you told him to suck a fat one and he said, "Oh man," and walked off. And Chris OC will be like, "Shit,
I went down
I'm
just
subscribing
like
to the Patreon right now."
Rim's gonna tell Donald Trump to suck a fat one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Also, when they said that Burger King's airing the commercial and they decided to produce a controversial advertisement instead of a wholesome one. Yeah. When I think Burger King, I think controversial. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Like, right? I'm like, man, if you really want to go cutting edge, let's go watch some Burger King commercials. Like, are you kidding me?
Like the most controversial thing they ever did was like have like the Burger King, the king mascot, wake up in a bed next to a woman.
Well, no, there was that time that they made like mood meals. Like they had sad ones and they made it all look blue.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then they had angry ones where they made it all look blue.
I don't remember that.
Like, it's okay to feel the way you feel. And here's a black meal if you want to go kill yourself. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Hey, just want to say 1 million moms from Utah. So
are they really?
Sounds like they were trying to make the movie Inside Out before it was a real
After much deliberation,
I mean, I haven't gotten that far in the About page, but it looks like it.
Have come to the consensus that this week's Dick of the Week award goes to.
All right, I kind of played that a little early. I don't know if we're at a consensus yet, but what do we have? We have Utah. We have the mother in Utah reporting the stepmother. We have Randy. We have the man who got killed by his rooster going to cockfight it. And we have million moms having a problem with the word damn. Randy, as our guest tonight, what are you thinking? Who do you think is the Dick of the Week?
Because of Ron Simmons, I got to say damn.
Damn. Okay. Ray, you don't know who that is. That's an inside joke that Randy and I are going to keep to ourselves.
Fuck you, Ray.
You're so proud of yourself.
Yeah. Ray, who's your Dick of the Week?
It's like a 12-way tie. I mean, there's so many good ones. Honestly,
it's hard.
It's holy. You know what? Real late entry. NFHC live chat. Fuck you guys. Your shit's like off the. Can you guys like keep the fucking chatter down? All I'm seeing is boop boop.
Oh,
boop,
you too?
Fuck you guys.
I'm getting that shit too.
Yeah.
My God, it's like beep,
actually go over
beep beep.
If you go to their server, right click it. I just figured out there's a little mute. You can mute it for like an hour. And man, I'm super happy right now. I just found that. That is
Oh, you can do that.
As well as Mr. Isaac. We didn't advertise that we're recording a day late, so he didn't know. But I mean, Isaac, like bro. I mean, you're really gonna hang out in their chat, not ours. I mean, come on, man.
I don't blame them.
We know show.
They have a good life. You know, They have a good live show.
They actually do.
They have a good live show.
They're fun. They're a good bunch.
I mean,
the reality is,
yeah. When I'm editing the show, I usually go hang out there, right? But we're doing this Friday night, and they record Friday. Why are we talking about them? Fuck those guys.
We like those guys.
All right, so who's your dick of the week?
So fuck Discord, and I will have to. Oh my god, it's you know what? I would have to say 1 Million Moms. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Randy, and the reason being that they're stretching so hard right now. Okay. For having 1 million moms, apparently those moms are broke as fuck because they're looking for advertising. They need some sort of attention. Those moms, if every one of them gave $1 a month, they'd have $1 million a month coming in. Apparently they're looking for some sort of advertising. They just want to be in the news. So they're looking for excuses.
It's Elon Musk flamethrower money.
Yeah,
fuck that.
So, it's 2-1 here. So you guys, I guess Million Moms is going to win Dick of the Week here. But,
let's hear your argument.
Very, very honorable mention to the state of Utah and being able to get Rem
absolutely.
to rant on the state of Utah and how shitty they are and how backwards Utah is. And Mitt Romney can go fuck himself and Utah can go fuck themselves. Utah sucks. If you live in Utah, you should get out of Utah. Kiss my ass, Utah. I hate you. I hate everybody in you except the cool people. And you should recognize when people are trying to abuse the system. All right. We have to be able to be flexible and not just be strict by our laws because I understand we wrote them in a certain way, but you got to use your brain. You got to use your common sense and be like, hey, this bitch is trying to take advantage of something here and we should just ignore her. But no, instead, you're going to go ruin this woman's life because she had her boobs out while she tried to do drywall. Kiss my ass, Utah. All right. But, democracy rules in this country and Dick of the Week, Million Moms. The word damn.
Well, let me add this then.
You damn million moms.
I do agree that Utah is worse than 1 Million Moms, but because of the way we arrived here, Utah was not the main subject of that story, whereas 1 Million Moms was highly important to that story. That's why I would go with that. Because otherwise, we could kind of slide stuff in willy-nilly. Just that's what I'm going for is content.
All right.
Content
okay.
Rem, do you want me to send the tweet?
What?
What do you want me to send the tweet? At Rim Dickman goes off on at Utah Gov for boobs. What say you, Scott Johnson?
This is just. You don't need to tweet on my behalf, Randy. Bad enough you probably just actually destroyed my friendship with Chris O.C.
You didn't say not to.
I didn't tell you to. I never said to. I never said to do that.
I had never had a say in it. You just did it.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So we don't have any...
You want to talk about that off air?
What?
I'm a good listener.
Yeah. We don't have any porn reviews tonight. Mr. Pornoman took the week off. He must be at AVN, so I can't wait to hear from him next week. But, Ray, it is exciting that I did see that our very own Elisa May and recent guest Jessica Lust looks like they filmed a scene together while at AVN. My goal in the next couple of weeks is get both of them on at the same time to talk about the scene they filmed together.
That sounds incredible.
Sounds like a good show, right?
I can't even form the words to say how exciting. Just two ladies in a scene together and being able to say, "Hey, how was that? How was that?" And not only that, but like it just happened, and we've already talked to you. We already have some sort of repertoire going. It would be a great time.
When Jessica Lust tweeted the picture out of her and Elisa May. And then Swiney replied to it. And I forget what Swiney said, but then I replied to that and I'm like, wow, you two ladies were just on the Rich Dickman show. That's incredible. And then Swiney did something. I forget. He just a bunch of emojis. And then I said, Swiney, I'm basically you, except, minus the sex and the good looking women and the AVN Hall of Fame. Yeah. All right. We do have, let's do this one.
This is a bumper for the Dick Tips segment.
Because Ray wanted an excuse to make his voice sound cool and talk about himself in the third person.
$5 a bumper. All right, Randy. This one's coming to you. We need to know. Give us dick tips on how to get rid of a dog.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, for this, I got to give a little context as usual. So... At the time, I was working for Papa John's as a general manager, and my boss got very car sick. if he wasn't driving the car. So I had this 1998 Ford station wagon that I had bought dirt cheap, and I was getting to and from in it, and I let him drive it. Well, he stops in the middle of the road on the way from one store to the other, and he picks up this dog, and I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. So he hands it to me and says, hey, can you just watch it for a night or two, and I'll find it a home. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Well, of course, at the time, my ex-wife and daughter fall in love with this fucking dog. And it was a pretty cool dog, but it had its, quirks. Every once in a while, it'd shit in my slippers or something like that. Well, after like 5 months, the ex-wife was bitching too much. I just couldn't take it. I left the gate open one day, and the dog found it a new home, we'll say. So that happened, and then about 2 months later, we go and visit my sister, who has a lot of dogs, but, whatever. Well, it turns out she had a dog that looked just like that fucking dog, except for it was a boy, so we called it Brosy instead of Rosie, and my daughter started screaming for Rosie, and we had to take home Rosie. So I had another dog, and this one was 5 times worse, 10 times worse, 15 times worse. It tore up the slippers, it shit in the slippers, it pissed on the floor, it did everything. It wasn't neutered. It was the worst dog. So I couldn't just leave the gate open again. So I decided that this time, because after like 2 weeks, my ex-wife was literally about to pack her shit and go. So I was like, okay. So I took it out where I had gotten my car worked on, and there's all these dogs in this neighborhood in the middle of nowhere, and I dropped it off there because I figured it had the best bet. The only thing I didn't know is that it had a microchip, so they called my sister, and I had to pay an $80 fine, and the dog came back. So, but I talked to my sister, and she took the dog.
Foiled again.
Yeah. But so long story short, I think that you take it to a no-kill shelter in another state, you drop it off, let them find some codependent old lady to take care of it, because that's going to be the best bet for the dog and the old lady. So.
All right.
Are they like not supposed to take your dog back across borders or something? Is that like a thing, or they just don't?
Well, it's just like back in the 40s, if you got tired, like where I'm from, when you got tired of your family, you just moved across the river and started a new family. Kind of the same thing. I just worked that in there. That's why my grandpa's last name is Cobern, Cobern, but his grandpa's last name is Coburn, because he had 2 families on each side of the river,
This sounds very Ohio.
Ohio, Kentucky, yeah, right on the border. Yep. Had one in each state.
Randy
had a farm on one end.
My dog, Buster, he's going to be 14 years old in March, and he's full of fatty tumors, and his legs don't work right, and he's a chocolate lab, so he always looks like he's happy and having a great time in life. He won't let me cut his nails. He limps, he falls over, he shits in the house because he can't make it to the door. Let me ask you, buddy, it's time, right?
Yeah, I think you should burn your house down, get your family out, but leave him in there.
Okay, so you do it by burning
that
the
way
house
you get
down.
a new place.
Claim the insurance money.
Yeah, okay.
Claim the insurance money.
That's a lot better than having
the old, what was that Amazon movie with Ben Affleck's brother in it?
Ben Affleck
just that whole bit, except for the family
I know
lives.
what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, that was a depressing movie. Jesus Christ.
That sounds a lot better than having to go into the basement of the vet and be with the dog while they put him to sleep, because that sounds horrifying. That sounds just terrible. And my sister-in-law tells me the dogs don't
sounds
close
like
their
a slow
eyes.
Tuesday to me.
Yeah, fuck that, man. Randy, come to Connecticut. You can put my dog down for me. I don't want to do that shit.
Promise?
Yeah.
I'll get in the car right now. I'll be there by morning.
All right, cool. Let me know when you get to Middletown, Connecticut, and I'll show you how to get to my house.
One time we got a rabbit because my wife was like, "Oh my god, it would be so great if we had a rabbit for our."
No, it wouldn't.
Kaylee was like 2 years old, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "No," and it would just whenever we let it out of the cage, it just goes and finds the shower curtains and chews holes in it, right? And I'm like, "Stop eating the fucking shower curtain! It can't taste good." You know what I mean? Like stop. Why are we letting this thing out?
Get one that's not BPA free. Yeah. That'll solve it.
Yeah, right. Put a little bit of rat poison in it. But yeah, so it's you let it out and it just shits everywhere and stuff. I'm like, why do we have a rabbit? What are we doing with this? We leave it in the cage. It's fine, but you still gotta clean up all the shit. You let it out, it makes a mess. What is a rabbit good for, right? Nothing.
Worst.
I mean,
worst.
Rabbit feet, maybe?
You eat it when it comes to the appropriate weight.
Yeah, so at some point, I convinced, everyone that, we'll be okay without it. And they're like, all right. And I said, all right. And we kind of looked at each other. I said, all right. So I grabbed the cage and I put it in the car and I drove a couple of miles down the road and I let it out, and that was that.
That was that.
Never seen from it again. Just it's
See, Ray, we're not so different, you and I.
Yeah, you just gotta, yeah. Now, when you're talking about a dog that you have a strong relationship with, I think what you gotta do is, you gotta be like man to man, and you gotta take it out back and shoot it. You gotta like do the,
Old Yeller was compelling for a reason.
Yeah, just,
I can borrow the AR I shot on New Year's from my brother, well, Kristen's brother.
You guys, this is me just beginning to destroy the rest of my friendships, but I'm such an asshole. Ray, shut the fuck up. I have things I have to do here because we have to end the show. If you go over,
shit! When was I supposed to record this? Was I supposed to start recording?
Motherfucker!
I haven't started recording. Rim said it'd say 1, 2, 3, 4.
If you go to patreon.com/richdickman, this is what you'll find. This is a sample of what you find right now.
Hey, if I had to go away for a little while, do you think you could handle the forums for a bit and kind of do the lead system developer job? I mean, if I had to, chill out. Hey. Did you see that Susan girl that started HR? Oh, look at her.
Jesus Christ. I laugh every time.
Gotta smack it.
I'm a snacker.
What were you saying about
We got a manager that says caca, and I lose it every fucking time because of that.
Yeah, try being there.
You gotta go with it.
Sorry, he beat me.
Try listening to this while operating heavy machinery.
So I need you to focus. Okay? Take your mind out of Susan.
I'm trying to get rid of an erection that's lasted more than 4 hours.
You can handle this game. Can you handle the development side of this game? Because things might happen in the next few minutes.
So yeah, that's a sample of what's on our Patreon now. It's Ray and I. We took the first half of Liquor Fueled Moonshine and did a pop-up audio on it. So you can check that out at Patreon.com.
How much does that cost?
That'll be for that one's open to all the tiers actually, just as a sample. But our $5 level is access to the bonus episodes 5 and up. And if you're at 10 and up with Randy,
wow, that's a steal.
You get on the show. You can be a guest on the show. So that's awesome. But yeah, check that out.
No matter how terrible you are.
Ooh, play the Patreon thank you bumper so I can get paid more money.
Ray, goddammit, like. I know that.
God damn it, Ray.
That's coming next, you son of a bitch.
And now it's time to thank our fucking Patreons. Thanks, Svensson, producer Ryan, Freddie, Maddie, and fuck. What the fuck's his name? Randy. Enjoy your bonus content at patreon.com/.
That's right, that's my name, bitch. Don't let it choke your mouth.
Wait, you're the same guy? Oh, shit. See, I didn't even... You're so nondescript.
So mad.
Shit, my bad, dude.
Randy, I'm 400 pounds, Ray, out with a beard. How much more descriptive do you need? I have brown nipples.
Randy,
I thought it was 2 different guys.
The toe right next to my main toe is slightly longer than my main toe.
Oh, that's messed up. I hate the Greek toe. That's gross. Like, if a chick has Greek toes, like, I'm out. I'm done.
Even if she's, like, handsome?
Yep. Even if she's handsome.
Here's one. Here's a toe thing. My wife's pinky toe, rotates. Mm-hmm. All the nails should all be on top. Why is the pinky toe rotated like almost 90 degrees? It's weird.
Oh, that's
an evolution, dude. She's evolving.
Yo, I'm just like, I'm not into your wife anymore. That's
you have opposable
way
toes.
That's a good way to get me off your wife, bro. God damn. Randy, plug your Twitter and what else you got going on, man.
Okay, my Twitter is @Sir0 with an E because I'm fucking lame. But I'm High Energy Randy at the moment, and I'm working on this thing with a dude that I went to high school with. He was the only black kid in our school, and he's my friend. His name is Brett. And he goes by Aztec_0 because at one point we were going to do a YouTube thing. But we're working on making a wrestling promotion that is all just cutting promos.
Oh my god!
While we let WWE 2K19 do the wrestling.
Randy, call me. I want to help.
Oh, fantastic, buddy. Yeah, like you, I was hoping that I could ask you to help out with some voiceover.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be calling the matches.
Oh my God.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, let me know.
It'll be really terrible or halfway decent.
Who cares? It'd be
I have a buddy that used to work for WWE writing music. If you guys want me to reach out to him.
It's not your buddy, Ray. It's my buddy. Hey, shout out to Chaos Toff in our chat room. Discord. Check us out in Discord. We got links, bit.do/TRDS1. Ray, plug,
it works.
Plug your shit, Ray.
At Jules Winfeld on Twitter, twitch.tv/Jules Winfeld. If I ever get back on there.
Yeah, we will one day. Sometimes. Yeah. I appreciate everybody who's listening. All right. You guys are awesome. You can find us online, richstickman.com for all of your Rich Stickman needs. Click the merch tab. All right. That's where we have our shirts on Amazon. That Eat the Rich shirt. My God, it is selling like hotcakes. Get yours. Get your Eat the Rich t-shirt because it's 2020. It's an election year. Everybody's going crazy. People are getting impeached. There's a virus breaking out in China. There's weird weather happening. There's lots of shit going on. Get your Eat the Rich t-shirt. So when you're out in the streets or you're protesting or you're wearing a mask and trying to avoid catching the coronavirus, whatever it is, wear your Eat the Rich shirt, okay? Producer Ryan just got his.
Can we get a 4XLT on there?
I believe
yeah, maybe. Like, if you're gonna dress your kids in shit they shouldn't be wearing, like Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube, you might as well buy an Eat the Rich t-shirt for them. Or
send me a picture of your kid, and I'll send you a shirt.
If you're someone that lives in Utah and you're like, fuck shirts, at least be like, it's because this Eat the Rich t-shirt is too cool for me, so I'm gonna show my tits.
Yeah. Or you live in a shitty state like Utah, get yourself a slightly better than mediocre t-shirt. Or if you're dressing your kids, get the El Apagado tribute t-shirt to our late dearly departed
false advertising for
Hugh Heiser. Yeah, that's right. So yeah. And again, patreon.com/Rich Stickman. You get yourself some bonus stuff. Ray and I will be doing part 2 of the liquor fueled moonshine, next week, Ray, if we can work that one together. Mm-hmm. That's right. And, we are, these shows do go up on YouTube. So if you guys hop on YouTube, and, oh God, I got a bunch of people joining the chat room as we're ending the show. You can, if you like the videos on YouTube, that'd be cool. I like to tag them with like porn and stuff in them so we get lots of views in the last 10 seconds. It's
so fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's so fun. We laugh.
Call the Dickman line, 860-316-4776 to leave a voicemail. RichDickmanShow@gmail.com, at Rich Dickman Show on Twitter, at RyanTRDS on Twitter. That's producer Ryan. Follow my mother at Rem_Mama. And I, of course, am at Rem Dickman. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, if you find us in any of your podcast listening apps or sites, whether it's Apple Podcasts or whatever, leave us a rate and a review. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. If you ever call the NFHC hotline, tell them they suck. We're awesome. No, don't tell them. I love those guys. We're gonna have Dylan on in a couple.
Yeah, they're great. They're good guys.
We'll see who we can get back from AVN.
Wait, still tell them they suck.
Yeah, because it's fun. Yeah.
I'd call and talk shit to them, but I'm afraid of Dylan. So
yeah, why? You should be.
I don't want Dylan to get fucked by my dead parents.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, that would be.
And he is small.
A travesty.
He is small and cute, so they definitely would fuck.
And he looks like he would dig 6 feet under
into little places.
Yeah.
And if he dug up my dad, he'd get a twofer because my grandpa was down there too.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Oh man, you poor parents. You poor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only thing that left me with was the dead parents bit. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for that, it'd be pretty slim pickings.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys.
Jesus.
My sister inherited like $650K though.
Wow.
Bitch.
Is she hot? How old is she?
She just got gastric bypass, so.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, Randy, I'm like,
but she's got 5 kids.
How much of that $650K did she have left? And then I'll ask if she's
all of it, because she can't touch the principal till she's 35.